As the cars come past the start-finish line, take a look at NASCAR TV as we get ready to get the Daytona 500 underway. Let's take a look at the race analysis for the 66th running of the Great American Race at the World Center of Racing. 200 laps, 500 miles, the distance for all of these drivers this afternoon. The stages. Stage 1 will end on lap 65. Stage 2 will end on lap 130, which sets up that final stage, which is 70 laps in length, to again make up the total of 200 laps, 500 miles for these drivers. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., last year's Daytona 500 champion, who will have to start at the back of the pack, but we all know how dicey things get over the course of 500 miles here at Daytona International Speedway.
Stenhouse has been impressive. He'll start 35th. It'll be the final 10 cars. Amongst them will be cars going to the back of the field. More on that as we look at our starting lineup for today's Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Joe Logano sits on the pole from qualifying Wednesday. The only guaranteed starter spot on Wednesday evening was determined. Michael Littell took that spot outside row number 1.
In row 2, you've got a pair of Toyota drivers, Kyler Reddick in the 45 and Christopher Bell in the 20.
As the cars make their way down the backstretch, we continue. Chase Elliott, perhaps his best starting position. Could this be his chance to win the Great American Race? He'll start inside. Row number 3 is outside. Austin Cindric in the car number 2 for Team Penske.
In row 4 from Hendrick Motorsports, the 40 of Alex Bowman. Outside of him, 3-time Daytona 500 champion in car number 11, Denny Hamlin.
In row number 5, starting in great position in his first run full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series, Carson Osamar, the Michigan short tracker, in his Fire 77. Outside of him, the return of John Nemechek in a Toyota now for Legacy Motor Club in row number 5.
In row 6, the famous 43, driven by Eric Jones this afternoon. Outside of him, in the Wood Brothers 51, is Harrison Burton. On the inside of row number 12, 2-time Daytona 500 champion and 7-time Cup Series champion in car 84, Jimmy Johnson. Alongside of Johnson in car number 23 is Bubba Wallace.
Back on the high banks in turns 1 and 2 behind the base car. Continues on to number 41 today, driven by Ryan Priest. Stays outside the car that just got into the final moments to make it in the Great American Race, number 36 for Parker Motorsports and Cavs out of Massachusetts.
As we're all again one of those drivers that will drop to the rear for the start. Martin Truex Jr. will go from the inside of row 14 in car number 19. Outside of him, the Dinger, A.J. Allmendinger in the 16.
Number 15, starting 29th and 30th, but they may indeed find themselves in a different position early on. The 7 of 4, the Joy, the Chevrolet, stays outside. Josh Berry in his first run of the number 4 for Stewart Haas Racing in their Ford.
In row 16, you have the 38 of Todd Gilliland. Outside of him, your reigning Cup Series champion, Ryan Blaney in the 12, who had to start at the rear after having a wreck in the Blue-Green Vacation dual race on Thursday night.
He will not stay there for long. We guarantee it. The speed he's had here at the high banks of Daytona. We also find another Daytona 500 champion back in row 17, Austin Dillon. In Richard Jonas's number 3 to his outside, Kyle Busch. Is this the year for Rowdy to take it home? The number 8 for Richard Jonas Racing. They'll share teammates in row 17.
The 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will roll from the inside of row 18. Outside of him, a driver that finished in the top 10 in this year's race last year, the 15 of Riley Herbst.
Daniel Hemrick has returned to the Chevrolet full-time for Colin Racing number 31. He stays outside the return to NASCAR Cup Series for Dylan Redson, who's number 10.
To the start-finish line, the 1 to go signal being given by the starter on top of the flag stands, the lights go off of the Toyota Camry Pace vehicle. We turn them loose next time by. One race that can define a career. One race that can produce extreme emotions.
The greatest day of stock car racing in this or any year.
That race is the Daytona 500.
And the 65th Daytona 500 is underway.
The Great American Race.
Yeah.
Try it overtime.
You got the white. Dig hard, dig hard, dig hard. No, they're in the wall.
Nope.
No, watching it out. And Ricky Stenhouse has won the Daytona 500.
What started on the world's most famous beach and through the vision of legendary leadership of Big Bill France, we carry on the tradition today of the Great American Race at Daytona International Speedway. The anticipation, planning, and the build-up for the race day is finally over. This is the start of Daytona 500. 7 NASCAR Series drivers in this field will obtain the responsibility of winning the biggest stock car race in the world and be ever known as a Daytona 500 champion. It comes down to execution of man, woman, and machine on these teams. This is more than a sport. This is NASCAR.
But here comes Michael McDowell, the 2021 Daytona 500 champion, back on the bottom of the racetrack as they hit the Daytona Super Stretch. They are side by side, 20 rows deep.
Up to speed, they fly down the Super Stretch for the very first time. A pair of Fords leading the field down with a new Barclays Mustang car and 2 new body styles for Toyota and Ford here.
In tight formation as they hit the Daytona Super Stretch for the second time this afternoon. Again in double wide formation, no 3-wide activity, no one breaking ranks. McDowell now gets a fit around in front in turn 3. He's still got time to run it. Surface itself is in shade, but the drivers will struggle a little bit, at least for now, with the sun on entry into turn number 1, looking straight into it. So far, so good. They're still 2 abreast. From the shade of 1 and 2 to the sunshine to the back straightaway. Here they come again. Nobody having the clear-cut advantage. The inside line a bit disorganized, about halfway through, with Reddick continuing to draft in the system.
real proud for that team.
Well, two drivers that have won the Daytona 500, pacing the field at the moment, Mike Bagley, Joey Logano, Michael McDowell, last time by the start-finish line and a .88.
Watching Denny Hamlin now, fourth in line on the outside. He is not breaking ranks. He is content to ride up there and continuing bringing traffic assistance to Logano and others.
The elevator button takes it all the way to the penthouse as he tries now to bust his way into the top 12. Three wide to the outside, and he's getting some help up high. And now Brad Keselowski will jump up in line in front of Chastain. This three-wide lane is about to break its way into the top 10. All the while up front, it's Logano, and now Christopher Bell out in front by themselves. Top two working away that three-wide lane, trying to just turn their way.
Retaining wall. Harrison Burton got it started off of turn 4.
Carson Hocevar, Ryan Preece involved in the crash here in the Tri-Oval. Hocevar is stuck in the mud here on the ball field. He was trying to drive away from the accident site, could not. Harrison Burton's Wood Brothers Ford Mustang Dark Horse is used up. Heavy damage to the nose of that machine.
Right there.
Ryan Preece went sliding down, collected the inside.
I knew that was going to happen. I don't know why Brad's pushing Nemechek so hard.
For the first time today in the Daytona 500 on lap number 5.
Well, that broke out early. It happened from the outside road down and kind of cleaned out everybody to the inside. Rusty, take a look at it. It looks like it happens mid-pack. But they came off. They were running 3 wide, 6 deep back there. Harrison Burton was in the middle, the 42 to the outside. He had Carson to the inside.
We've seen it so many times from 31 degrees to the flat. Cars begin to dance just a bit. Brad Keselowski may have gently kissed the back bumper of the John Hunter Nemechek car on that transition. That was just enough at the back of the car being loosened up and sent him spinning. Jimmy Johnson did, in fact, get a piece of that crash.
Well, I think he got a bigger piece than what we thought originally. He hit Carson virtually head-on right at the start-finish line. Hocevar's car is being pulled out of the ball field. More on all of this in a moment. We're under the caution flag. It flies early. We're only on lap number 6.
Several to pit road here already here at Daytona. Action heavy on the coming to the front start-finish line. The first car 3 wide was Harrison Burton, but the action actually was to his outside. John Hunter Nemechek coming down after a little nudge from Brad Keselowski, and that really set the teams scattered around the racetrack. Damage now. The number 41, Ryan Preece, is to pit road. He's rolling away slowly from his pit. The number 84 of Jimmy Johnson, he's to pit road as well. The first to pit road to make it around, the number 36 of Casbrella, Austin Dillon on pit road as well, describing who is all involved here as Harrison Burton's car done for the day with a heavy nose damage and pit out.
Yeah, so 6 cars that were involved in this crash. You see them there on NASCAR TV. Jimmy Johnson's Toyota Camry is on pit road. Austin Dillon, they have the hood up on his Chevrolet. You also have the 77 of Carson Hocevar that has now been removed from the ball field. He has significant front damage to his Camaro as well. This all got started, as Jim mentioned, as the 21 of Harrison Burton was coming off of turn number 4. There was a nudge from behind, courtesy of Brad Keselowski, that turned 42 of John Hunter Nemechek into Harrison. And then, of course, that's how this all started. The caution flag for the first time. You can find our sellers around the venue in orange or purchase now at Daytona5050.com. 50% of the jackpot benefits the Vet Tick Foundation, and of course the other 50% goes to the lucky winner. The jackpot grows with every ticket purchase, and the winning number will be drawn soon. The jackpot is currently, of course, continuing to grow as we go throughout the course of this Speed Week weekend. There's a live look at what it is, over 140,000. So buy your tickets for a chance to win. Good luck. So still under the caution flag for the first time. Cleanup is just about complete. They have now removed not only Carson Hocefar's damaged Chevrolet, but they have also taken away Harrison Burton's number 21 Ford. So disappointing end to the afternoon for those two drivers. Let's go back to the Motor Racing Network.
Hocefar's done too, huh? Did he go behind the wall? I think so. No, he's just stuck in the grass.
Group on the Chevrolet. He tried numerous times to try to get the car turned around. He got punched right smack dab in the nose by Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy is now on pit road. We've got a number of really good race cars torn up early.
We do. Jimmy Johnson's on the pit lane. Kaz Grala, Austin Dillon is on the pit lane. They begin to fix their race cars. Involved in the crash, it all started coming off turn number 4. If you're just joining us, John Hunter Nemechek may have cracked the throttle. We'll have to wait and figure this out. But Nemechek was the one that got just the slightest touch. Brad Keselowski, that sent Nemechek sideways. Not sure Nemechek was getting down in terms of the back. Keselowski, what the case may have been, but Ryan Preece, Jimmy Johnson, Harrison Burton, Austin Dillon, and Kaz Grala.
How about this for fast movers? Ryan Blaney, Riley Herbst, Kyle Busch, Daniel Hemrick, and Josh Berry all up 10 or more positions in only 8 laps. Alex, why don't we do this under the caution flag? We'll take a look at the leaderboard presented by Blue Green Vacations. Blue Green Vacations, the official vacation ownership provider of NASCAR, you know that, invites you to believe in the power of vacation. With Blue Green, you can create a lifetime of memories at our collection of unique, locally inspired resorts and enjoy exclusive access to VIP NASCAR experiences. So start your vacation journey today at BlueGreenVacations.com.
With 8 laps complete of the 200, Joey Logano is the race leader. Christopher Bell goes second. Michael McDowell is third, and Tyler Reddick is fourth. Austin Cindric rounds out the top 5. Chase Elliott being scored 6th, with Denny Hamlin 7th. Alex Bowman is 8th. John Hunter Nemechek stays on the track in 9th, and Brad Keselowski being scored 10th.
Zane Smith 11th, Ross Chastain 12th, Chase Briscoe 13th, Eric Jones 14th, and Josh Berry at the moment is 15th. 16th is Riley Herbst, 17th Justin Haley, running 18th Daniel Suarez, David Reagan driving an RFK Ford Mustang is 19th, and Ty Gibbs is 20th.
Bubba Wallace 21st, William Byron 22nd, Ryan Blaney's 23rd, and Kyle Larson 24th. Chris Buescher up to 25th. Kyle Busch goes 26th. Martin Truex Jr. is 27th, with Todd Gilliland 28th, Daniel Hemrick 29th, and 30th is Noah Gragson.
31st, Corey LaJoie. 32nd, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., AJ Allmendinger. 33rd, 34th, Anthony Alfredo, Ryan Preece. 35th, cars involved in the crash. 36th, Jimmy Johnson, Kaz Grala. 37th, then Harrison Burton. 38th, Austin Dillon. 39th, Carson Hocevar is 40th. So on that
possible on pit road. Put a little fuel in it now. If we have a green flag stop later on in this stage, this is just a little bit less time you need to spend here to get fuel to the end.
So pit stops complete here under the first caution flag of the day. You see the race off pit road. However, there were a couple of drivers that decided to stay out under this first caution flag. We'll get closer to the action than ever before with live, real-time, low-latency, unfiltered communications between drivers and their teams. Key features include listening to the uncensored driver, spotter, and crew chief audio. The $299 purchase grants you access to all available audio for this weekend, exclusively for fans within close proximity to the racetrack.
You may wonder why Christopher Bell may have stayed out. He has a very fast Toyota Camry. He is actually staying out, perhaps staying true to the strategy set forth by NASCAR champion Chief Adam Stevens.
Again, the information I was talking about with the scanner at the track, all information is on the NASCAR TV screen. You can also learn more at scanner.com. Put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up.
Welcome back to Daytona. Quickly, we go to the Advent Healthcare Center. Kim Kuhn.
Early exit for Harrison Burton. What happened?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly who it was on the outside. It just looked like they didn't let him out loose or out loose, and just hit me on the right side and sent me across. And the grass was so wet. Once I got on the grass, I thought I'd be okay. The car just kept going and going, so it really sucked.
Christopher Bell. Right behind them, Daniel Hemrick, who also eschewed a stop on pit road a little earlier. To his outside, it's Joey Logano.
Outside line, a little disorganized coming up to speed, but now they're sewn together once again. New players up front. Here's Ryan Blaney on the inside of the racetrack. You've got Christopher Bell up top with each driver with drafting help behind them. About the top 10.
Same time. Top 10 are all The back bumper of Chase Elliott in turn 2.
Front, Ryan Blaney's got drafting help from Daniel Hemrick. Then Christopher Bell gets assistance from Joey Logano. Nobody in 3 wide territory. Here's Logano giving Bell the shove. Been around in front. And Blaney powers back to the inside.
Neither lane seems to have much of an advantage right now as the entire field wants to.
Be able to put on a good show and got a lot of friends and family here, and just really stinks that early.
Disappointing first Daytona 500 start for Carson Hocevar.
All right, Kim, thank you very much. By the way, it was a choose lane violation that got AJ busted into the tail end of the field. Right now it's Bell, Blaney, Logano, Hemrick, and McDowell. That leaves your top.
Up to see what happened to that number 3 car. That was one of the fan favorites out there running along. And his day is over. He's in the garage right now. And I'm watching Ryan Blaney up there right now. 10 laps before the rest of the field. He's one of the cars that stayed out, so we're expecting him down pit road around between 40 and lap 45. We'll see what happens. The rest of the cars can go on up to like 55 before they get is 8th, Tyler Reddick 9th, and Denny Hamlin is 10th.
With 15 laps complete, we have 50 more to take you all the way to the green and white. Checking fact, they were right back. Stage number 1. Here they come, Mike Bagley out.
Practicing great restraint here in the early going. No one really doing any daring moves or getting aggressive with the bump rack. Right now it's Bell that'll lead by half a car length. Bell in that outside lane is starting.
It seems like everybody's able to make pace wherever they happen to be, to the exception of A.J. Allmendinger. That choose line violation has him almost exactly a half a lap down to the leaders. We'll see how long it takes them.
Until someone gets restless and starts making daring moves. We're not there yet. Everybody patient, minding their P's and Q's. Right now they are mirroring each other for the lead. The celebration amongst the top 10.
It is 2 by 2 by 2.
Maybe a case of discretion being the better part of valor right now, because not long after they busted out into that 3-wide formation, we had the problem coming off turn 4, and a number of cars ended up behind the wall.
Here's Ryan Blaney now. As he does that, here comes Christopher Bell back to the outside of the racetrack. He'll inch out in front, but Blaney gets a bit of a bump now from Henry down low.
It's a 4-pack at the front of the field. They all got separated from pit 1 back on the 3.
So far in the Daytona 500, maybe add up to 2 or 3 car lengths. It's not much more than a foot right down to the outside lane. It's Christopher Bell.
Christopher Bell has that.
for station identification on the Motor Racing Network. It is the Daytona 500, and it's live on the Motor Racing Network. Glad to have you with us on this Monday afternoon. It is blue sky, sunshine, Christopher Bell and Jeff Striegel. Dave Moody, Red Bagley, and Dylan Welch on pit road. Alex Hayden, we've got Jason Toy, Steve Post, and Kim Kuhn. My name is Jeff Striegel. NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace is alongside. Alex?
Yeah, he is. It's just a fantastic day for racing, but not so much for Austin Dillon. You heard Rusty Wallace a moment ago say turn and went back behind the wall. Kim Kuhn, what's the latest for Austin Dillon?
Still damage to the race car, so the crew, they're working on pretty much all four corners of that race car. I know they had left front suspension damage as well as a left rear toe link, but they've got all hands on deck, getting working on pretty much every corner of that race car.
So still under the green flag with 44 laps to go here in stage number 1. 34 cars in this big pack of traffic that right now is side by side, about 16 rows deep. It's still a tussle at the front of the pack between Ryan Blaney in a Ford, car number 12, and Christopher Bell. Joey Logano's second car in line on the outside. He's been helping Christopher Bell in the draft, but no one right now in this big pack of traffic seems to have an advantage. They are all running in line. Is fourth in line on the inside of the racetrack. That is Brad Keselowski, car number 6. Remember, he was the car that got into John Hunter Nemechek, which set off that 6-car crash back on that number 5. He is right now inside the top 10, again, fourth in line on the inside of the racetrack, right in front of Denny Hamlin. Hamlin is right now in front of the driver we ride on board with on NASCAR TV. It's Chastain. Looks like Bell led that one by just that much as he now sets the field off to turn number 1.
Call it racing, car number 31, 33-year-old Daniel